One owner, locally sold originally here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is one of those feathers in our caps that I love seeing. You'll notice a Florida license plate on the back. These folks originally made the long trip up here to Haylett RV to work with us, and after they use this thing a lot, although you'd never know it by looking at it, exceptionally well kept 4,760 pound Passport Elite 23RB back here again at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And when they were ready to update and upgrade, we were the only place they considered for that. And I think that has to say volumes about what we do for our customers here, that someone was not only willing just to make that drive once, but more than willing to make it again. This is clean, well kept. They use the dickens out of it, but you'd never know it because they took care of it. And I say it all the time in my new RV videos, Passports are a very well-built brand that holds together extremely well. And I just couldn't find you a better example of that than this one right here. One of the best parts of this, or its cougar sister, the 22 RBS that we carry here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, is its full easy travel accessibility, even with a slide and a big countertop coming close to one another. It is very obvious you can just work your way, walk right around the countertop. You can get to everything up here. In the bedroom, now obviously that side of the bed, you might have to crawl in a little bit, but if you're, you know, parking lot camping and doing a quick overnight stay somewhere, you kind of expect that. Now obviously everything else is full easy access. The fridge you can always get to. And over here in the bathroom, going down the road, you need a quick travel stop. Or whether, you know, when you're at your destination with the bathroom being close to the door, it just cuts down on so much foot traffic. When we get her all opened up, it just has that nice, rich look and feel. Now this is an Elite series, which is like the upgraded Passport, you know. If you're thinking of it like a car, this is more of like the LX versus the LT. This is the one with a couple more bells, whistles, whiz bangs, and widgets. Now, what's neat about this is a Trifold sleeper sofa hide-a-bed right here. If you take a look, you can see how that opens right up. So you've got a very nice, large, accommodating guest sleeper space. You could even sleep a pair of adult guests if you wanted to. But most of the time, it's just probably going to be one or two of you. And this gives you a more comfortable seating arrangement right here to just really enjoy the space of the RV. So it's a little camper with a lot of really big features. It is going to be hyper similar to the 22 RBS Cougar travel trailer that we also sell in great volumes here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. They're far more similar than they're not, actually. So the Elite series, we're going to get more windows, we're going to get bigger windows, we're going to get the nicer wooden plantation type blinds, the wooden blinds. What I like about these, you can really black the sun out, but you can clean them. Pleated shades are tough to clean, these are not. And it's kind of funny, I even remember that this is called the granite interior decor, like a rock, as I always used to say. Cross breeze windows here, and notice that up in the bed area, you have maximum size cross breeze windows there. They put an oversized huge window here with the reason this window is not the exact same size is because the awning arm would be right next to it. So they opted to go with still a large window, a very tall window, and it does open for airflow. But they didn't want to shrink your awning, basically. Now this has an open feeling vaulted ceiling to really open it up in here. It is 6 foot 10 inches at the apex of that, and it sweeps down to 6.5 foot on the sidewalls. But that extra headroom has been executed very well inside here to give you lots of nice and open space, especially in a small camper like this. Man, do you feel that difference. But when we get to the shower, you'll see where they place the skylight is also perfect. Very well executed. All original electronics, everything present and accounted for. Everything is original or better on this. Like there's actually a couple upgrades the folks put on it we'll talk about when we get outside. So the TV can swing out. And I think if you really wanted to, you could actually watch TV from the toilet on this one. That's probably not something you're going to do, but hey, to each their own, am I right? So the TV has a miniature, what I like to call pantry-tainment center, where there's a nice little storage pocket back here. And what's cool, this is an awesome little hidden out of the way area to make like a little phone charging nook or cranny. This bed right here, the folks they just wanted more room, you know. They really loved the trailer. They had a lot of good memories built in this thing after 6,000 miles around the country, but they just wanted more room, and they're swapping this out for a beautiful front living White Hawk here at Haylett RV with a full rear bed master slide out. So they're just getting more trailer, more storage, more living space, more everything. And they loved camping. They just wanted to do more of it, so they got a trailer that had more things. Bed can lift for storage below. I like that we've got the big side stands and the full-length hanging closets on both sides, and they're mirrored to reflect more light and give you a greater sense of depth and scale. Oh, the White Hawk has a brand new 60 by 80 mattress, and that's actually what's under that bed sheet. I just threw that bed sheet up there real quickly, the comforter as it were. This has a brand new 60 by 80 Jayco mattress in it, still in the bag, nobody ever slept on it. Congratulations, you're not sleeping on someone else's bed. I know a lot of people are kind of a little goofy spooked by that. And it's like, we've got great living space in here, guys, but it's really the kitchen that drives this one home for me. The total storage and prep space in this little couples camper borderlines on obscene. So take note the fact that these overhead cabinets, of which there are plenty, they are not recessed. They're full depth. They're the same depth as the microwave. They're not shoved back. Then, right when you walk in the door, you've got this huge closet. You could easily add some extra shelves if you wanted just absurd pantry space. Although I think you've already got a pretty nice setup down here as it is. Now, we've got these extra large solid surface counters all over the place. You've got a stainless recessed farm sink, which is what they call a one basin sink in the RV industry, with that high-rise sprayer faucet and a big wing-out peninsula countertop over here with those bar stools that I am always a sucker for. Below that, we've got drawers to the floor. There's full storage below the sink, even drawer below the oven, because there's not an ounce of space gone to waste in this thing. And they just went whole hog, making sure that you could stuff an entire hog in this thing. And when you put everything away, doesn't it just have a nice clean look? It doesn't feel too big or in your face. But gosh darn it if this thing doesn't just load up. The bar stools that I mentioned there, I've always been a sucker for a little kitchen cereal bowl bar station. It takes me back to when I was a little single-digit year of age young lad, you know, eating cereal at my grandparents' bar. It has that member berry effect for me. So we've got central air, central heating, all LED lights. I'm not sure. I think maybe they had a clock or a thermostat or something on the wall over here, because that's not a factory thing, but it does look like that's just a simple little command strip. You can just very carefully peel that and pop that right off. Maybe as a picture hanger. That's an 8 cubic foot fridge freezer, by the way, and it does have the metallic inserts. So if you do want to like hang a picture on that, or the grandkids' work, or like a little newspaper clipping, or a lot of times when you go to campgrounds, the local campgrounds will have their little flyers that on one side they show you the campsites so you can find your way there, and then on the other side they'll have like local advertisers. That's a great little place to magnetize some of those up there. Big, big windows for airflow. And the bathroom. It's not a big camper, but it's got a nice bathroom. The toilet's on a bit of an angle here to give you lots of legroom. So you can really, if you need to, if you got long legs like me, you're going to be all right in here. And we've got a full standing corner shower. Now, if you look at where that skylight is in relation to the shower head, you're going to see that this is extremely tall person friendly. Because the gentleman of the house that's trading this camper, and he's kind of like me, where he's not so gravity friendly, and he's kind of tall, and he can reach the stuff at the grocery store upper shelves a little bit easier. So he and I both appreciate that extra tall shower. Outside, she is just clean as a whistle. The whole exterior of this thing, they obviously kept it clean, well maintained. They took the UV prevention measures with the proper cleansers to keep it protected from the sun. You've also got a very nice power awning on this, and they made it about as big as they could, again, due to that bedroom window is kind of fighting space. But even the awning is clean. You can clearly see that. We've got the LED awning lights under there, and this is an easy tilt power awning. Literally 2 fingers is all it takes to crank that sucker down on an angle. So if it's just kind of a general rainy, drizzly day, you don't have to worry about it. You can still spend some time outside, and you can, be right under the awning. Now, what's cool about that awning, if you do leave it tilted, and then you leave it out overnight, and you wake up at night, if you hear it's kind of windy, or you just want to roll it up and you just hit the button, it will self-correct, even if tilted to its max possible degree. It's one of these, what my wife would refer to as husband-proof awnings. Moving on. Full automotive painted nose cap, and this is what made during what I call the Stealth Fighter generation of the Passport Elite series, because dang it, this has a good look to it. Now, it's got a full automotive paint, but you see down here you've got this really big, aggressive, like spray-on truck bed liner style stone guard, so it's going to stay looking good a long time. 2 batteries on the front here. The previous owners put a second battery on it just to have that extra, you know, like dry camp time. And they obviously tended the batteries because all the lighting you saw in it inside and me playing with the awning and the slides and everything, it was all off their battery power. Now they are moving their weight distribution kit to their new White Hawk. So these saddles that you're seeing right here, they will actually not be here when you come visit the trailer in person. I just want to point that out. Power awning, power tongue jack, makes setting and breaking camp simple and easy. This has a very large storage compartment, and it makes it very easy to see and remember to talk about, which is one of the things I like about it, the aluminum skeleton on all these passports. We've got laminated walls and floor. We've got galvanized steel roof trusses, aluminum skeleton front and rear walls. This thing is light in weight, and it is designed for towing with those wide stance stability axles. Previous owner even remarked on that. He goes, the only reason, I mean, we like this, and we knew a while back we kind of wanted something a little more. The only reason we didn't is just because this thing towed so well that, you know, as much as we were traveling, we really enjoyed it. You know, they looked around and they obviously like the White Hawk that they're taking home, but they really had a good time traveling with this. If you're just a single person or a couple and you're going to be doing a lot of jet setting around, this thing is going to be awesome for you. Nice little add-ons they have here, like we've got a battery disconnect switch added up front so that you can keep those batteries in good shape so you don't have phantom load from like the refrigerator, the water heater, the stereo, the TV, all kind of just pulling on and draining on those batteries. Well, this doesn't have an inverter. The TV wouldn't work. Anyway, you get the idea. It keeps the batteries up and alive. We've got the aircraft style chassis on this. It's a Z frame. It's lighter weight but stronger. Not a less expensive chassis, but generally speaking, brands like Passport, I mean, case in point, obviously this Passport has done the job well. Brands like Winnebago's, White Hawks all ride on the same chassis. We've got an enclosed force air heated furnace with a pretty darn aggressive 30,000 BTU furnace, which is probably more than this thing needs. Beautiful frameless windows on here, and you can see how the stickers, the decals are not peeled and faded. The skin is still nice and glossy. The tires are not weather checked or anything like that. Black tank flush, outside utility shower, all kinds of good news. Now, if I'm going to be ultra picky, something snag their spare tire cover, although the spare tire doesn't look like it's ever touched the ground. Above the kitchen and above the bathroom area, you can see that they added those Max Air vent fans. That's something they did when this was brand new here at Haylett RV. Another thing they did so they could bring their bikes along, they had us send this RV down to a local fabrication shop, which does amazing work, and professionally weld on a little bike rack on the back there. That's not, obviously, on a trailer, you're not supposed to be doing devil's towing anyway in almost every state. I know there are a few exceptions, but obviously you can put, you know, bikes on the back of this. And this was built before you tended to find a lot of those tongue-mounted bike rack systems, which is exactly what they're putting on their White Hawk today. It's over in the shop right now having that little thing added to it. She's fit as a fiddle and cute as a prom date and weighs just about as much. So, if that looks good, you give us a ring. Hitching pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything between. And there is a chance, pending finance of course, that this could qualify for same as new RV financing. And that is not all bad. So you can get a virtually new RV at a used RV price tag. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping everyone.